Hey guys, this is so exciting. We are here on our second ever episode of our show. And this is so cool because we even changed the name of our show. See, 1 year ago, we filmed a show called The Happy Couple Show, and we thought we were going to film it every week. And now here we
It's
are,
been a few weeks.
1 year later, filming our second episode, and we have renamed it The Extraordinary Couple Show. And so I'm James.
And I'm Heather.
And welcome to the Extraordinary Couple Show. Now, Heather, we just want to start with some introductions, okay? Because
Okay.
it's been 1 year since people have seen our show, and maybe, just maybe, somebody's watching this for the very first time. So why don't you enlighten all of us as to who you are?
Well, I'm Heather Blewett. We have been married for 17 years.
Wow.
I can't believe we're old enough for that to be
Wow.
possible. We have two awesome children. Ethan is 12, and he is in that fun teenage pre-stage where, they're just full of joy.
She's being sarcastic when she says fun.
He has his fun moments. Yes, I love my children. And then Kate is 8, and she is our artsy-fartsy, loving social butterfly.
Yes.
And into all the girly things.
Very clumsy, gets hurt all the time too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
That's it. And I'm James. And listen, we're going to start with our very first segment because it's going to lead right into what I'm talking about. Because last year was September 2020, and we started talking about things that were happening over quarantine. You remember those days?
Ugh.
Oh, I'm so
I've
glad
tried
that
to
was a
block
year
them
ago.
out.
I know. But what we're going to talk about in our very first segment today is what's changed in the
Ooh.
last year. What's changed since our last episode? And so I think the very first thing is we changed the name of our show.
Yep.
And we changed the name of our show from the Happy Couple Show to the Extraordinary Couple Show because we're planting a church. We're planting a brand new church called Extraordinary Church. And so you might see a little bit of branding all around you, which is why we are now called the Extraordinary Couple Show. Here's the basic belief that we have, is that God is an extraordinary God. Right? In Genesis 1:27, it says that we've been created in his image. And if we've been created in the image of an extraordinary God, to me, A plus B equals C. That means we are extraordinary people.
Yeah.
We've been created in his image to do extraordinary things. So we thought, what better to name a church than Extraordinary Church? And so January 23rd, which is really right around the corner.
Yeah.
Like
it's coming
it
up
feels
fast.
like forever and right around the corner at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like you're waiting for when you're a kid and you're really excited for the first day of school.
Yeah.
It feels like that.
Yeah, it's kind of there. It's like a little Christmas, except for this actually comes after Christmas. So like as we're waiting for Christmas,
Yeah,
we're
that's
gonna
a
wait
better
little
way to
longer.
put it. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, Extraordinary Church is a great name for the church, and we do have a website right now. It's meetextraordinarychurch.com. So hit us up on there, and we're planting in Bloomingdale High School, which is right around the corner from our house. See, we rewatched our first episode, and if you haven't watched it, go back and watch our first episode, and we talked about in that show how we loved our neighbors. Right? Like we
Yeah.
got to really know our neighbors. We even gave shout outs. We were really big on shout outs on our
Yeah.
first episode, we noticed. So we gave shout outs to Rick and to his dog Maverick, but not to his wife Pam.
Yeah.
You know?
Sorry, Pam.
Sorry, Pam.
Shout out to Pam.
A year later, we're making it up to you. Sorry, Pam. And all of our neighbors, and George and Marie and Andy and Belinda, and all of those, Rhonda and Mike, and our whole crew out at Brooker Ridge. And so now we planted a church that's right around the corner from that house. Really cool, right? We
Yeah.
started a Bible study at Maple Street Biscuit Company. Shout out Troy Gibson, owner, who's allowed us to meet there in a Bible study every Tuesday. And now we're doing this thing.
Yeah.
We're doing this
We're
thing.
doing it.
So two giant things have changed since the last time we met, right?
Right.
Number one, no longer youth pastor, but now I'm a church planter, right? And we lead pastor January 23rd as we start the other one. Second, might be just as exciting.
Oh, I knew this was coming.
Since the last time we have filmed an episode, the Bucks won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Because so the first episode, we talked a little bit about my love for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And,
borderline too much love.
Yeah, maybe an obsession. But he did exactly what we thought he would do. In fact, he did more than we could have imagined that he did, right?
Yeah.
He brought a Super Bowl to Tampa and then had an epic boat parade where he threw the Super Bowl trophy. Oh my gosh, it was so cool. So since we've last met, not only that, but we had the Lightning have won the last 2 Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
The Bucks have won the Super Bowl. This is now their second Super Bowl victory because of, January 22nd, 2002. And then the Rays even went to the World Series, and
Yeah.
now they're doing really good again this year. So
We're
that's
still a
why.
little hurt by that.
Yeah, we are. They shouldn't have pulled the pitcher, but whatever. We're gonna let it go. So we are here, and we live in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and we love our city
This
so
is
much.
where champions live. So I feel like when we start a church, it's just going to be like a champion church, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like infectious in the city.
Yes.
So those are the two things that's changed mainly is that we're planting a church and the Bucks on the Super Bowl. I mean, what's better than that? So how about you? Last year, what's changed for you?
I mean, just so much. Now I'm homeschooling my son, which I never thought I would do. Staying home. I'm not working anymore. That's my big two things. Just, being a full-time church planner and homeschool mom. That keeps me busy enough.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And so yeah, really cool. So thank you for sharing that. So our segment that we wanted to keep every episode, right? Because we need to do more episodes now. Have you noticed how fancy we got though?
I know.
Yeah. So if
we
you're
have
going to
a
look
professional filmer.
That's
now.
right. This quality versus
Is that the right
quality.
word, filmer?
I don't think so. There's
I
like,
couldn't think of the
director, producer,
Yeah.
Any of that stuff. But whatever you said is
I'm
fine
not
too.
in this world. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But so anyhow, we've upgraded a little bit since you're going to notice the quality of our videos a lot better. Our sound, we have these really fancy microphones that I like to lean into and talk like this, and it really upsets people around me that are trying to set the sound quality as I'm talking. And so now I back up. We have these fancy things. We have our branded color behind us. Really cool. And so as we've upgraded, the one thing we wanted to keep the same is this segment called "What Has God Been Teaching You Lately?" So I'm going to let you go first in that one. What's God been teaching you lately?
Well, I rewatched our video from last year. And apparently I'm, take a little time, maybe a year or two to learn things because I totally forgot what I had said in the last video. But it was still the same thing. I have other stuff too, but it was the act of resting. We have this earthly rest that God wants us to take. And I'm so bad at it. Like even when I'm sitting home on the couch watching a movie with my family, I'm still doing laundry or looking at my calendar. So even still a year later, I'm working on resting. I'm also been challenged this week from James 1:19-20 to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. This is so good for me right now with our son. Those of you who have preteens or teenagers get it. They just go through this stage where they want to be a punk and an aggravating for no reason. So this has been my verse for the week, just remembering be slow, quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger.
Yeah.
So
No,
that's been my big things. That and the rest. And also, I've always struggled with disappointment in people. I know this is going to sound weird, but just I have to learn to lower my expectations for people. And not that is a bad thing that I expect things from people.
Yeah, but just that people
I
aren't
have
perfect.
Unrealistic
Sure.
expectations for people. You learn that in marriage and with your kids and friends. So those are the things that I've been working on this week.
Oh, that's interesting. So I was thinking about my my very first pastor, Dr. Jim Knight, and he used to always say that you judge yourself by your actions. No, you judge yourself by your intentions and other people by your actions.
I
right?
heard that quote again this week.
Yeah, and so if somebody cuts you off in traffic, you're like, oh, I can't believe that guy cut you off in traffic. And then when you go and cut somebody off in traffic, then you're like, yeah, but I'm running late.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different when you think of it that way. So really a lot of it is just putting yourself in other people's shoes. Like, all right, so somebody cut you off, maybe they're running late, right? Maybe they've got an emergency. Maybe not. Maybe they're just a jerk. But anyway, you can plan that out, and it's going to help you a little bit better just to rest easier in that.
And I think that's so important right now, just in our times with all the things that people disagree on. Just lower your expectations of what you want in people.
Wait, so you can disagree with somebody and still like them?
Yeah.
Huh. I'll be. Well,
I mean, it happens
is
all the time, right?
extraordinary.
Yeah.
That's extraordinary. Yes. All right. Well, that's great. Thank you. And so what's funny is that mine is very similar to what you had to say. So I'm coming out of Matthew chapter 11, 28-30. And it says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And to me, when I read that verse, there's a word that sticks out to me. It's not in the verse, but a word that I struggle with. It's the word pressure, right? So I feel this pressure sometimes. And when pressure comes on you, it's man-made.
Yeah.
right? Like there's a pressure that's on me right now because we're planting Extraordinary Church. But listen, everything that's happened in our lives leading to this point has been God ordained.
Yeah.
Right? God has been opening up every door. He's been leading every step. So any pressure that I feel is just because I've forgotten the fact that God set up
Yeah.
all these steps, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, as for instance, like we're at Bloomingdale High School. And so Bloomingdale High School, there was somebody that was in Bloomingdale High School, but when COVID hit, they had to leave because, the whole school was shut down. And they found another building. But now Bloomingdale High School is wide open so that we can plant our
Yeah.
church right around the corner from our house, right? And you remember that we were in a hotel and I was stuck in an elevator with a dude with a pit bull, literally was walking his pit bull, right?
Yeah.
And so I was scared. And so I started talking to him just so I can forget the fact that I was stuck with just me, him, a pit bull, and probably no witnesses, right? And so I started talking about what he's doing. He said he's planting a church at Riverview High School. And when he did that, I started asking him, so how did you go about that at the school? And he told me about talking to the principal and all this stuff. And like literally being in an elevator with a pit bull got us to be able to plant a church at Bloomingdale High School. You know what I mean? Like
a
all
God
these
moment.
things that just keep working out to where you can't even make up these stories.
No.
Right? Like you can't make them up. So we know that what we're doing every single day, God gives me a reminder.
Yeah.
A reminder that we're doing the right thing, that we're on the right track. And in that, then I can rest.
Yeah.
Right? You can rest because that pressure could just come right off of you.
What a relief that is too.
Right.
Yeah.
So that speaks to us, but it's also going to speak to people watching, right?
Yeah.
The millions and millions of viewers that are watching us right now, they might be feeling pressure too, right? Or people that's listening to us. We might make this an actual podcast and you can find it online. So whoever's listening to us or watching us, you can know that whatever pressure you're feeling right now, right? That God has ordained every step up to this moment, even the fact that you're listening to us right now has been God ordained.
That's good stuff.
Which means that when this happens and it says that you can rest in him, just rest. Do it. Take the pressure off of your shoulders, surrender all of that to him, and he's going to make your load light, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And then you can have rest, which is different than just taking a nap. Right?
Yeah, your explanation of rest was a lot better than mine.
No.
That's why he's the preacher.
Yours was great. I thought it was fantastic, and you looked a lot better doing it too. Okay, so listen, we've hit two segments. We've hit a segment of what's changed in the last year and what's God been teaching us. Now, so we haven't told each other any of this stuff. So now our last segment is that we want sponsors, right? So shameless plug, right? If this is going to be, if it can be huge, right? This could be huge. We can spread this around the world. Well, if we wanted to be huge, we probably shouldn't be doing that impression because now we're just dividing people again. But whoever that guy was, I think he was the host of Celebrity Apprentice is who she was referring to. So besides all of that, right? Like we need some sponsors. Right? Sponsors are always very important, although we do have a nice fancy studio now and we didn't have one before, right? We can still use sponsors for other things like, makeup artists and, maybe I'll get some hair plugs, maybe live on air.
I did not want to watch that.
No, I don't either.
That looks painful.
Yeah, but anyhow, so we need sponsors. So who wants to go first? Because what we're going to do is we're going to select, if we could choose our own sponsor, who would it be? Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, you go first.
Because he's going to be a lot more passionate about his sponsor than I am.
Okay, who's your sponsor?
This is going to make me sound so old. But I don't even know if I say the name right, but Hoka, the tennis shoes, they are the best thing I have ever purchased for my feet. Okay, so our last segment we talked about me walking around the neighborhood for like 3 hours. Well, my feet would hurt so bad. So I sound so old. I just hear it. I know. Yeah. But listen, since I was a kid, my feet would hurt. Okay. So this was like making me so happy. Hoka, I think it's Hoka.
I don't know.
Hoka. Look it up. Okay.
Yes.
They have the most comfortable shoes that I've ever put on my feet.
And that was at the store, Fit to Run, right? Fit to Run, is that what you call it?
Yeah. Fit to Run, Fit Niche carries them. You can buy them online.
Right.
And they have a lifetime warranty, I found out.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
But those play places, with the cushiony floors or like.
Oh, yeah. So the little kids won't fall and hit their heads.
Yeah,
and get
like
concussions?
the soft. That's what it feels like you're walking on. Imagine that.
Okay? I can't imagine that.
So Hoka Hoka.
I don't know if you're
Tennis
saying
shoe.
that right.
Hoka. I think it's Hoka.
I don't know.
Either way, look it up. Hoka, and try their shoes out.
Okay.
It's worth the investment.
All right. So you picked old lady shoes and as your sponsor.
College students told me they're cute. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we can go on a whole nother thing about the trend of college students now, which just seems to be like a lot more like frumpy. Is that a word?
Maybe
You know,
like 90s vibes. I
yeah,
guess.
a little bit odd.
Well,
yeah.
anyways, go to yours.
All right, so
Make my shoes sound bad.
So no,
but they're
that's
awesome.
fine. We can be sponsored by old lady shoes. That's okay. I'm sure that'll make us hip and trendy.
No, all the athletic runners and people they know.
Yes. Okay. So
Stick with me, okay, people.
I brought props for mine. Okay. It'd be really bad if I fell out of my chair. Crumble cookies. Crumble cookies. Okay. So you guys know I have a little sweet tooth, right? One of the things we mentioned. Yeah, but don't spill them. Okay. Oh, look, there's an Extraordinary Church sticker on it.
I wonder how that got there.
Coincidence. So what happens? You remember over COVID? You know, I just need something just to get you through the day a little bit. You know, just because every day was like the day before. So I'd go to Publix and I would just buy a birthday cake. And the lady at the front counter would say, "Whose birthday is it?" To which I would reply, "Mind your business, right? Mind your business, okay? If I want to buy a birthday cake, even though it's nobody's birthday, who are you to judge me?" Okay, so now, right around the corner from our house, has been a very brand new restaurant that's open. It's had quite a few locations, but our first one in Brandon is called Crumble Cookies. Now, here's the genius of Crumble Cookies. First of all, the cookies are huge.
Well, you should show them.
Huge. Okay, let's show them. Okay, we'll show them. I thought you were going to do a huge impression.
I mean, on the camera, it doesn't really do justice, but
they're
like
giant. Yeah.
They're like the size of your hand.
Giant cookies, right? Absolutely giant
comparison.
cookies. Okay, so now you have these giant cookies. And so we went once when they first opened, waited in line forever, got these cookies, and I ordered like 3 for myself. Didn't realize how big they were. So I ate one and had to take a nap, right? Like it was a lot. Okay, so here's the genius of Crumble Cookies is they have an app, right? To which our whole family now has the app downloaded because they have a very good loyalty point program. And on the app, every Monday when they open up, the close on Sundays, every Monday when they open up, they have brand new flavors every week. And so every Sunday, we wait for the app to load, and they show us the new flavors, which means now on Monday, we're all like, oh, I got to go get the new Crumble Cookies flavor. It's genius marketing, right?
It is.
The other thing that happened that we just discovered yesterday is that when I order from the app, it has now chronicled every order that I've had.
You sure you want to share this shamefulness?
Well, I want to be honest here on Extraordinary Couple Show. This restaurant opened in July.
And we're in September
We're in
now
September.
For future
July,
reference.
August, September. I've gone 19 times.
I think you could have bought a new car in the span of that time.
19 times I've gone since July to Crumble Cookies to get cookies there. And so the loyalty points, you know, I've gotten $30 off. That's $10 3 different times off on Crumble Cookies. And they're delicious. They really are delicious. And so if we're looking for a sponsor, Crumble Cookies in Brandon, on Lumsden, we would love for you to be one of our sponsors for Extraordinary Couple Show. Crumble Cookies, it's where it's at.
That was a very long sponsorship. I think that was longer than the whole rest of our show.
It's all about cookies. But
he's passionate about his sweets.
If you know, you know, right?
Yes.
Like the people that are also passionate about sweets, which I would imagine is a majority of people watching right now, would say, I totally get what you're saying, and they're probably going to go to Crumble. Oh my gosh, I just realized there's a cookie on the guy's hat.
Oh my goodness.
On the logo. That's amazing.
Squirrel.
Wow, it's like a chef's hat, but then it's got a cookie.
Show 'em, you know.
That's amazing. I just now noticed that.
You've been too busy opening it to get to the cookies.
Never even noticed that his smile is detached from the rest of his head. Okay,
goodness.
That's our sponsorship, right? So we have 3 segments. 3 segments. That's good, right? That's, you know, kind of like Dude Perfect.
Yeah.
You know, Dude Perfect does all that. Maybe we should do trick shots one day. So we've had our segments. We've had what's changed over the last year, which has been a lot, right? Also my waistline because of, you know, Crumble Cookies and birthday cake.
Yeah.
We talked about what God's been doing in our lives, which is really about rest, right? About finding rest in Him.
Especially right now with all the things we're doing. So
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then our sponsors, right? We have Old Lady Shoes and Crumble Cookies as
You
our
see
sponsors.
the difference between us? I'm all about the exercise, walking, and he's
You're
all
talking about
about
walking
the
on clouds. I don't know about exercise, but okay, that's fine too. So the only thing
walking
we
is
need to do now is
exercise.
we need to sign off.
Yes, let us know what you liked about it in
Yeah, don't
the
let us know what you
comments.
didn't like about it because that's not cool. All right, just let us know what you liked about it.
Should we give a shout out to our producer, director?
Yes,
Because
Jared.
last time we were all about shout outs. If you
Yes.
need any photography,
He does pictures. Yeah, he does all of it.
films, movies. He's even made his own movie.
Yes, it's very true.
Have
Yeah,
you?
why not?
Has that launched yet?
It's been in development for approximately 4 years.
Ah,
So-
I love shows where producers talk
I
in the
know,
background.
it's like The Office
Yes.
at the end anyway.
Oh, yes. Remember that episode of The Office when all of a sudden the cameraman came from behind it and we were like, this cameraman's been having a relationship with Pam the whole time? And I was
It's
like,
not like that here.
yeah.
Maybe
really
you should
weird.
have said that.
No, that's true. Yeah, but I wasn't connecting that.
But
I
yes,
was just, yeah.
Jarrett Haas, and his website is
C. Jarrett, SeeJarrett.com. And thank you so much for the shout out. It's so
Of
nice.
course. And fun
Yes.
fact, Jarrett and I grew up together.
They went to high school together.
Middle school, right? Middle school? Greco?
Yeah, Greco to like
Yeah,
junior high.
yeah,
Yeah.
middle school and high school. We
So
were in the
there it
marching
is.
band.
There it is.
I gotta find pictures. And I'll,
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
put on the next episode, maybe. Oh, you can put on this one? Oh, I see what you're
See,
doing there. Yes.
we have lots of fun on this podcast.
Yes, this is the
so
way it is.
Whatever we're
Yeah.
gonna call
Maybe
this.
one day we'll even pull him in front of the camera,
Oh, yeah.
but not today.
So cjarrett.com if you need any family photos or any wedding or bar mitzvahs, whatever.
Or church planting pictures to be taken. See, like
Yes.
that
in
right there.
fact,
Yes.
I'm doing a Keats like next year.
Oh, see?
Oh, like a quinceañera?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
So I could do a bar mitzvah. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
So did you say Keats because you couldn't say the quinceañera, however you say it?
I think Keats sounds fun.
Yeah, it was
that's the
just
cool
cooler,
lingo, yeah.
cooler and lingo. Yes, which by the way, in the car we were talking about how you and I have Kim on camera,
Yeah, and I was like, what is Kim?
which is
I did
short
not know.
for chemistry, and so it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a new thing.
This is my life,
Heather,
people.
you and I, we have some Kim. Am I right?
Yes. It's
I think
never a
it's
dull
go-
moment.
It's gonna catch. It's gonna
Anyways,
catch on,
thank
yes.
you for joining us today. We look forward to getting together again
Yeah.
for
Oh,
another episode.
and last time we were talking about how are we gonna sign off. We know how we're gonna sign off now, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Because we have a motto. What's a motto?
Nothing. What's the matter with you?
Hey-o. We have a motto at Extraordinary Church, and here it is.
And look, it goes along with our logo.
Yes.
Those 3 lines, okay?
Three
So
lines
the top
on it.
line,
God is extraordinary.
we are extraordinary,
So be
extraordinary.
extraordinary. See you guys next time. Extraordinary Couple Show. Peace out. Go to Crumble Cookies. Delicious. Go Bucks.
Go Hoka.
Let's go home.